Blah. Hello, everyone. Are you ready for more doors? I don't know. Sounds very unenthusiastic, I'm aware. But say it of you. Let's see. We left off before the next door choice. We were pretty close to it. But we didn't get quite to it because I was tired. Still alive. Ah, yes, the ninth man. Happy to be alive. That cheesy shit.
There you have it. Our half of the story.
I think this is exactly where, like, if we did actually save at the door choice, this is where it would have, like, recapped, actually, so that's kind of funny. Anyways, his part finished, Ace fell silent. For a moment, Junpei was silent in thought. Then he spoke.
Okay, let me see if I got all this straight. When you guys got here, the bases for the Reds were already gone.
And you looked all over this room, but you couldn't find anything.
So you figured that there might be something in the hallway with all the doors.
So you went and had a look?
Yeah.
And while you were looking around, you heard voices.
Interesting.
Uh-huh. So you followed the voices and came back here.
Ah, okay. Not that it's interesting, because it's just them.
Indeed. And that was how we found you.
Why don't we check those 3 Reds again, just in case?
You're right.
We looked away from the second.
There's a long, thin gap on the bottom. I think it's a slot for something. Probably electronic.
Thank you, Junpei.
Well, this isn't good. If the red is inactive, we can't keep going.
Well, what about that hallway over there? Isn't there anywhere else we can go?
No, there isn't. There are plenty more hospital rooms, but nothing else.
Hospital rooms. That's what's behind all those doors?
Yes. There are a number of individual rooms in addition to this large one.
There was a door at the end of the hallway, but it was locked.
There was an astrological symbol engraved near the keyhole, however. I was able to get a good feel of it. I believe it was the symbol of Jupiter.
The struggle to not say it. I got a good look at it because he did not look.
Not again. Those goddamn things are everywhere.
I wonder what they all mean.
Things and stuff, probably. For a moment, everyone was silent, deep in thought.
While we're asking what things mean, what's the deal with this room? I mean, I thought this was a cruise ship, but I can't imagine a cruise ship would have a hospital like this.
Of all people, it was Seven who answered, and with calm confidence.
Well, I figure it's probably a hospital ship. Chances are it's the Gigantic.
The Gigantic?
Yep, been over this. So did everyone? Well,
What is this gigantic?
It's
The Gigantic.
the not Titanic.
She was a sister ship,
Yep.
actually. The Gigantic was
Yep.
said they intended to make her the British
Sister
Navy took her at
ships
some
and
point during the
ships and
she ran
stuff
aground
and
afterward.
information
What
I
happened
got
to her after
last
that?
time.
One theory going around it seemed like he'd been one of the few. Trauma turned soon enough. The guy wanted that, which was impossible. But the Gigantic was.
So you're saying this Lord Gordan...
Yeah, at least.
I think
That's
I am.
impossible. No way we're in some boat that's almost 100 years old.
Pipe down, just pay. What, that's it? Well, have you got any proof?
Proof?
Proof that this ship is really the gigantic.
Well, this ship's got stuff that's like the Titanic and a hospital ship. So, I just figured.
Oh, for goodness. Don't tell me that's your only reason.
No, I've got more.
Like?
Well,
Seven looked around desperately, doing anything to avoid meeting Lotus's piercing stare. He scratched his head for a moment, then gave up. Finally, he opened his mouth. Yeah.
I guess your
Memory
Yeah.
isn't back yet.
Hey, whoa, wait a minute. Memory isn't back?
Yeah. Junpei was, he felt, legitimately shocked by what seemed to be a new and very important information. Everyone else, however, seemed unimpressed. In fact, they all looked at Junpei as though he had said something very strange.
Yeah.
Your point being?
He decided to revise his attitude for the next question.
Wait, was I the only one that didn't know?
Good job, Junpei. Everyone nodded.
Why?
Because you met up with everyone, not the other way around.
Oh, yeah, I guess I didn't tell you, huh? I told the rest of them before we ran into you on the stairs. I told them I couldn't remember a damn thing from before I woke up.
What?
And then, almost as if to save Junpei from further embarrassment. Ding dong, bing bong. Wrong clock. A bell began to ring from far away.
Huh. A bell.
A bell.
It sounds like the clock in the main stairway.
Because it is. Junpei counted each chime carefully.
10, 11, 12. Huh, 12.
It's midnight.
Then we've still got 6 hours left, right?
We don't have any time to screw around. Let's get going. We gotta find the missing parts for the Reds.
What do you mean, find?
We've looked everywhere in this room. That only leaves one place.
One?
Well, not just one.
Wait. Don't tell me you mean
Don't
4 rooms?
We just have to split up the rest. If each of us can do 6 rooms apiece, we'll have.
There are 48.
Her earlier experiences had apparently not encouraged Lotus to trust Seven. Seven scratched his head awkwardly.
Maybe?
All right, so everyone knows which area they're searching?
Yeah.
Yes!
Junpei was chosen to search the rooms on the starboard side, moving from fore to aft.
We'll all meet up when the clock goes off again. How about in that room with all the beds?
Yeah. Sounds straightforward enough.
I'll shout if I find any of the...
I hope we can.
If we can't, then
Right.
Then let's...
Time for Snake to go missing again, probably. From far away, Junpei heard the bell ring. It did so only once. It was 1
It's
a.m.
1. I better get back to the others.
Yes, scurry on over, boy. He jogged through the entrance to the large hospital room to find 6 of the others already there.
Huh?
I think last time it was only Lotus there, right? By the time Junpei got there? Or maybe I'm misremembering. No, everyone else was there already, yeah. It just Lotus was there first. They had gathered in front of a door number 8. Or perhaps, to be accurate, they had gathered in front of the red next to door number 8.
What are they doing over there?
Had one of them found the missing piece?
What happened, guys?
It was June who answered him.
Jumpy, look!
She was pointing at the red. He pushed through the others until he stood in front of it. Immediately he knew what she
Vacant.
meant. Vacant, yep.
Come on, guys. I thought we were supposed to...
Well,
What the hell?
He all knew something he didn't, and Junpei wasn't about to leave things that way. Finally, Lotus' friend had spoke.
Well, that's the thing.
You don't know.
When I got back, it was already... There was no
Yeah,
one
I
else
can-
here. That means I was the first one. The missing parts were already back.
What? What?
Yep.
You're right. What about the...
They're the same.
Let me take a look. It's just as you said. All right, nobody...
Correct.
None.
It's Quincettes.
Huh. Where's Snake?
is missing. Oh no.
Does that mean that he
Quincettes.
found them?
I've no idea. There's no.
I don't suppose we'll know until we can.
Well, whatever he did or didn't do, he's.
Maybe he's lost.
Yeah, well, that seems likely. Dude,
No! Yeah, my brother's blind, but so he. I'm gonna go look for him!
Hey, hold on, Clover. Wait! Well, damn it.
Well, the red.
No! We're not leaving two people behind!
Oh man, this ain't good.
No wonder. Why is the key crossed out? Did I miss something? Oh, it's just locked. That's what that means. Okay, okay, okay. So what if I just... Yeah,
Well,
okay.
we can't let his. Right?
Magic.
Like you even mean that.
Like that. Yeah, okay, cool. Good to know. Good to know. Anyways.
You say something?
No, nothing.
yeah, but we're not done.
Huh?
Well, we haven't.
Ah, yes.
Enough of this screw. You first, Lotus.
It's the same number as my.
Got it. You're next, 7.
I'll take.
What?
Yeah, they don't
Who,
like
Pete?
each other.
Oh, you're gonna.
All
They're
right.
funny though, because they don't get along.
Junpei.
Okay. Let's see. I think we should go with door 7 this time. Yeah. Admittedly, partly because I'm pretty sure that's what door it is for like the flowchart. I haven't looked at the flowchart since I last had to, but we kind of already know what's behind door 3, and I'm curious, like I guess I could do the math to figure out the digital routes to see if anyone have to go through door 3 this time, this going through door 7, because I generally don't know. But let's go door 7.
I think I'm gonna go with door 7.
Okay, 7 it is.
Yeah.
All right then. That means June's got to go through 8.
Okay. I'm pretty sure we got split up last time too.
What? Why?
Right, because it was Clover, Lotus, and Junpei. So yeah, split up once again. But June is always asking why, because June does not know how to do math.
What?
Neither does Junpei. Santa grimaced and muttered angrily to himself, but finally began to explain.
If the 6 of us are gonna keep going without leaving anyone behind, there are only 3 ways we can do it.
Plan A.
Have 3, 5, and 8 go through 7, and 4, 6, and 7 go through 8.
No, so we get to go with Santa again. Interesting. Plan B.
4, 5, and 7 go through 7, and 3, 6, and 8 go through 8.
Plan C.
Or 3, 6, and 7 go through 7, and 4, 5, and 8 get 8.
I guess so either way, the one goes through door 3. I guess that sounds about right. Right? I don't remember. Memory go burr.
There are no other combinations. In other words, 3 and 4 and 7 and 8 can never go through the same doors. You get it now?
As Santa finished, June looked over at Junpei, tears welling up at the corners of her eyes.
Oh no! You're saying we aren't gonna see each other again for a long time.
Oh, calm down, June. Junpei felt just as June did. He wanted to be at her side through whatever trials they were preparing to face. Oh, right. They can't go through door 3 because Ace is sitting out. Right. I remember things. Go through the doors already. We get it. Oh, no.
Hey,
Poor
come
June.
on. You're making it sound like we're never gonna see each other again. We gotta split up, but only for a while. This is just like when we went and we got split up then too. I'll bet 7.
You mean they're
Yeah, probably.
probably?
She didn't sound very hopeful. It was 7 that interjected.
I'm sure they're gonna connect somewhere.
Why? What makes you think so?
Yeah, no, Ace explained that blatantly, or Junpei did. Either way, it was explained blatantly during the safe ending. That's why Ace sat out, because that way no one could go through door 3 and see his crime.
If they don't, then neither team can get through door 9. In other words, the game would end right here. Zero's been on top of his shit so far. I don't think he'd blow it now. I'm damn sure that son of a bitch wants to. He's not gonna end this game until we get.
June said nothing. The tears were gone, but her eyes were still sad as they looked at Junpei. I want to call her gay, but that's not accurate. She's actually being very straight, and my brain doesn't know what to do with this. Can't call everything gay.
It's gonna be fine. We're gonna see each other again. I promise.
Yeah.
You guys are done, right?
That's what I was thinking, Santa. Wow. He starts to continue.
Anyway, that's pretty much it.
Yep.
Clover and I will both go into separate groups. I figure I'll take 8 and Clover can take 7.
Oh, so we're not having Santa with us. So we're still getting Clover. Interesting.
Any problems with that, Clover?
Clover looked away and was silent for a moment.
Whatever.
It was more of a dismissal than an agreement, but Santa didn't seem to care.
All right, we're ready to go then. Let's move.
At Santa's command, the group split and headed for their respective doors. Clover, 7, and Junpei walked toward the door 7. Just door 7, not the... Santa, Lotus, and June headed for door 8. For a long moment, they stood in front of the door. 7 took a deep breath.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Let's go.
It's open.
Good job, Junpei. A narrow hallway stretched out before them. 7 and Clover leapt through the door.
Let's do this!
Hurry!
The moment they did, their bracelets beeped. The detonators in the bracelets had been activated. Junpei stepped forward to follow them. But as he was about to step over the threshold, he stopped. He looked to his right, toward door 8. I hate when they do this. Guys, stop being gay for each other even though it's actually not gay at all.
Jumpy.
Guys.
What the hell are you doing, Junpei?
Exactly. Yep. His bracelet gave a cold electronic beep.
Only 81 seconds left! No time to waste, guys! Let's get moving!
Get hustling. 7 led the way down the hallway. Junpei and Clover followed him, as fast as they could. After what seemed like far more than 81 seconds, they reached the end of the hall.
Look! The door on the left! I can see the dad!
There was no time to rest or catch their breath. All 3 slammed their hands in quick succession over the scanner panel on the den. Still trying to catch his breath, Seven leaned heavily against the wall.
It stopped. It stopped.
Yep. His smile seemed forced and a little crooked.
This is the second time we've gone through one of these numbered doors, but... Whew. You never really get used to it.
He stood up straight, no longer out of breath, and wiped some of the sweat from his head and neck. Clover smirked at him.
I would have thought a guy your size would have bigger balls than that.
Clover, jeez. What a little menace.
What? What the hell did you just say? Say it again! I dare you!
Please say it again, Clover.
You have no...
You little... You want to die?
I'd like to see you try.
You fucking brat. All right, let's go!
Guys.
Hey, calm down, guys. This isn't the time for this. It's not gonna do us any good.
Clover is such a menace. I love it, though. Junpei sighed. Sometimes he wondered if the doors and the puzzles were really the greatest challenge they faced.
Wait here for a minute, alright? I'm gonna go see if there are any other doors.
They didn't respond, but Junpei wasn't in the mood for a conversation anyway.
We just came through this door. And of course it's shut tight.
No shit, Sherlock.
There's a short hallway on the left here. And an iron wall. I doubt I can get through it.
At last he gave up and returned to Seven, who was tapping lightly on the wooden door.
This door's the only option we've got, right?
Yeah, looks like it.
Hey, something's written on the door.
No.
On that iron plate.
It says operating room. If this thing's telling the truth, there could be body parts inside here.
Oh boy.
Well, this is probably not going to be pleasant.
Something about it made Junpei feel nervous.
Well, there's no point to standing around. Might as well go in and see what's waiting for us.
Seven grabbed the brass knob and slowly opened the door. The creak of the hinge sounded like the groan of an old woman. Hello?
What's wrong?
No, it's nothing.
A chill snaked its way down Junpei's spine.
Let's just go.
Quickly, he gathered what courage he could and took the first step into the room. Seven followed, with Clover right behind him.
Huh?
Part of the room just past the door was obscured by a screen.
What the hell is this?
It's certainly something.
Why don't we take a look?
Hey, Clover!
Clover's curiosity got the better of her, and she darted She darted past Junpei to peer around the screen. Oh dear. Her scream nearly blew out Junpei's eardrums.
What?
Clover!
He and Seven ran toward Clover to see what had frightened her.
Hey, what's wrong?
And they rounded the screen, and the cause of her outburst was immediately clear.
What the hell is this?
That's nice.
Is this a corpse?
It was something that looked kind of like a human, lying across some sort of bed. No, not a bed. An operating table. And the table sat on a rusty steel lift, and a cluster of bright operating lights shone down on it from the ceiling.
We should probably take a closer look.
Yeah.
Slowly, they approached. As they got closer to the body, it became clear that it wasn't a body at all.
This is...
What the hell? That's just a huge doll or something.
Doll?
Clover did not look terribly comforted. Slowly, she approached the operating table and looked, as intently as possible from as far away as possible, at the thing. Junpei could see her relax.
You're right. It's only a doll. Man, It really scared me.
Fair. She heaved a great sigh of relief and wiped a few drops of sweat from her forehead. Seven smirked.
Well, I guess it would have been weird if you actually had any balls.
Shut it! Don't you start with me, fatty.
Oh, what's this? You want a piece of me, short stuff?
Yeah, bring it on, you whale!
Hey, guys, not again, okay? Seriously, knock it off. Jeez. Anyway, it looks like he's got something the two of you could stand to have a little more of. I'm talking about a heart.
Yeah, I figured, Junpei.
Huh? Oh, this? You mean on his chest?
Yeah.
It was set a little higher than normal for a human body, but from the shape of the organ, there could be no doubt that it was a heart. I'm pretty sure normal bodies also don't have, like, an octagonal shape out showcasing the heart, too, you know. But yes, it is a bit high, and to the left.
Why would there be a heart in a doll?
Cause his heart is on his shoulder.
I don't
don't
think
know.
it's a doll.
You think maybe it's like a medical mannequin or something?
I still don't think that kind of qualifies as a doll, but I digress.
Or maybe it's got more personal uses?
Those are called sex dolls, so still a doll. Seven's grin was more than a little perverted. Clover glared at him.
Anyway, how about we take a look around this place? Let's go.
Okay.
Sure thing.
Here we go. Lots of rooms. Hey, I wonder what this thing is. It says KG on the display. You think maybe it's a scale? Huh? There's some sort of lid on this thing. Why don't you try opening it? Can't. There's no handle. You can't get under it with my nails either. There's something that looks like it could be a scale next to the operating table. There's something that looks like a lid on the front of it. Okay, I guess that's all you can do for now. An operating table. Do you think old operating tables looked like this? I have no idea. These dolls are really kind of creepy, you know? Hey, it says something here. John? You think that's this doll's name? Maybe. This thing is creepy. I wonder why it's on the bed. Creepy medical mannequin's lying on the bed. Apparently his name is John. Wow. A white cloth. Ah yes, the well-known niche of sex doll of checks notes. An exposed heart. You know, normal things. Oh boy. They use these for surgery, right? Let's see. Syringes, cups, a plate. There's a sort of scissorish thingy. Oh boy, kosher forceps. Are those scissors? They look kind of funny. No, that's probably a pair of kosher forceps. Surgeons use them during operations. They can hold blood vessels shut and keep tissue out of the way. You can use it to pull stuff out of small holes or something like that. Interesting, interesting. Okay, I don't think I can click anything else in here. Interesting. Yeah, jump scare. Another medical mannequin? From the looks of it. This one's a chick. She has a name too. Lucy. Poor thing. Looks like Miss Lucy only has a head and a left arm. Maybe we're supposed to gather all her parts? There's some kind of device attached to the bed. It says KG on the panel. Is this a scale? I see, I see. What's this thing? It's got these short iron legs. Maybe it's a heater? There's nothing inside it. There's a pipe going outside. Maybe you're supposed to heat something like that gauze to kill the bacteria. There's a boiling thingy over there. And there's nothing on the lid or in the drawers. Fake chest. Ah, I see. Ew, that's gross. This is the chest. It's a woman's chest. Like you've ever seen a woman's chest 7. Well, the heart's gone, but it's pretty hot. If that kind of thing turns you on, 7, you're a real creepo. Agreed, though. Oops. Not quite. Here we go. This bed doesn't look very comfortable. Lucy's head left and we're sitting on the bed. Maybe something will happen if we gather all her body parts. Yeah. I guess it won't let me put it. Yeah, I need everything first, I guess. Noted. There's a lot of different kinds of medication. It's hard to tell them apart. The door is empty. Yeah, nothing here. And there are a whole bunch of different bottles on the shelves. They all look like medicine. They got labels, but they're all big medical words that I don't understand. Meow, hello Catman, welcome on in. Looks like it's locked. I guess we're gonna need a key for this one. Junpei, where are you going? And that's the door we came through. The only thing out there is the numbered door. I'm pretty sure I don't need to tell you that the numbered door is a one-way deal. So, you're saying there's no point to going back there, huh? And they're nodding. Awesome. Listen, guys, I just don't remember what doors are what. It's locked. We could probably find the key if we just look some more. Let's look somewhere else. Okay. Oh, I see. That's a lot of surgery stuff. There's some scalpels, a few pairs of forceps, and a couple syringes. All of it's too rusty to be useful, though. Hey, there's a scalpel here that looks new. Scalpel. Scalpel that's not rusty. Seems like it was put here for a reason, huh? You think it's telling us to cut something? Yeah, I do. I don't like that. None of this other stuff looks useful. Yeah, it's all pretty rusty. Okay, okay. An internal organ, specifically a lung. Why can I click it specifically? A medical mannequin with its guts showing. Ew. Gross. Hey, Junpei. There's a lid in this thing's chest. Yeah, sure is. There's something in there. Maybe we can get it out. Ugh. Damn it. This stinking thing won't budge. It's stuck. Well, I guess you can't use force on this one then. We need something small that can fit into that little hole. Man, I wonder what we have that could be used for that. Fake organ. So, we took the organ thingy out of the chest thingy. It's a lung, not an organ thingy. Huh? This part here, on the back. It's all rubbery. You're right. So, it's a fake organ. Of course it'd be... Wait, what's Seven grabbing it for? Hey, it feels like there's something in here. You think we can cut through the rubber part? Oh boy. Let's try cutting this organ with the scalpel. Organ key. Oh boy. Well, that's nice. Organ is... or gone? Really, Clover? I expected more from you. Oh, like you could do better. The organ is Orgon, so true. Okay, we have one key. I believe the other key will probably... Oh, hibba. I should investigate it. There's a key in this organ. Found a key in an internal organ. Okay, that didn't help. This one? Cool, it's unlocked. Well, what dumb luck. Hooks. Let's see if... Huh, a piece of paper. What's this? Is this some kind of medical record? New material has been added to the file screen. Oh boy, something left in the drawer. What the hell are you doing? Don't you want to get out of here? But I'm tired. Fair. There are 4 different lights, each one a different color. White, red, blue, and purple. Does this thing react to something? And then the lights light up? I found a beaker. The white light on top is glowy. Yeah, but the red, blue, and purple ones still aren't lit. Hum. I'm gonna need something for that then. Wow, interesting. It won't open. It looks like it's locked. There's a red plate on it. Do you think that means something? Damn. It's not opening. Locked, of course. The blue plate on here seems a little suspicious, though. Yeah, I'm sensing a trend, but... Damn, it's not opening. It won't even budge. It's got this purple plate on it, too. I like that since there's 3 of them and there's 3 of those, that they just each read a thing. Sink. The doctors and nurses probably washed their hands here before an operation. Nothing suspicious here. Sink. Doesn't look suspicious. But what if it has a thing in it? Man. Okay. Then what about in here? It's locked. It won't even budge. Do you think this is the exit? What's this? A light switch? Doesn't seem to be working. Interesting. That's a lot of medicine. I wonder if one of these is a laxative. Yeah, sounds kind of gross, but I'm pretty sure every one of us has had the same idea. If we had some laxatives, maybe we could crap out the bomb Zero put in us. Unfortunately. Damn it. I don't know what medicine does what here. Oh, okay, so it worked for both. Awesome, it's unlocked. There's a note on top of the table. Iron equals 1, salt equals 2, water equals 3. Carbon dioxide, question mark, ammonia, question mark, ethanol, question mark. I need to probably write that down. Come here, notebook. I need a smaller one. Okay. So iron. All right. What do you think this is a hint for? Maybe it's got something to do with this box. This thing won't open. Is it locked? You probably need to put in a passcode. I mean, jeez, they even got a keypad on there. How much more obvious can you get? You can only enter 3 numbers. E is for enter and C is for clear. Once you input the numbers, press E. If you mess up, press C. Let's give it a shot. Oh, I don't even know what it could be yet, though. Oh boy, blue liquid. I know what to do. Red liquid, yeah. Okay, what's this? Looks like a can with a spray nozzle. It says CO2. So it's a can filled with carbon dioxide. There's a canister of carbon dioxide on the shelf. The label says CO2. Okay. I thought there was a number that I didn't process there. CO2. C is for carbon and O is for oxygen. So carbon dioxide is made up of 1 carbon atom and 2 oxygen atoms. Oh. Okay, so iron is just iron. Salt is sin. Okay, so carbon dioxide is 3. I don't know the chemical compound for ammonia or ethanol, though. But I didn't mean to press buttons. Something stinks. Is it coming from this bottle? It says NH3. Well, that of course stinks. It's ammonia. Okay, so NH3, that means ammonia equals 4. No, good stuff. Let's go for a drink. What are you talking about? I'm talking about that bottle. It says C2H5OH, right? Oh, that's a lot of numbers to add. 7, 8, 9. Of course it's 9. Of course it's 9. What else would it be? Fucking ethanol. It's ethanol. That's right. It's also known as ethyl alcohol. It's pretty much what booze is made of. So, you're gonna drink it? Nah, I won't. I might say that's what it is on the label, but there could be anything in there. Okay. Yep. Hey, Junpei. You think there are any slugs on this ship? Huh? Well, if there are, I was thinking we could put salt on them. What's she pointing at? The label states NaCl. Salt, huh? Do you think Seven will shrivel up if we put it on him? Hey, you say something? Goodness gracious. Junpei, there's a bottle of iron powder on this shelf. How do you know it's iron? The label says Fe. Fe stands for iron, right? Hey, Junpei. There's dihydrogen monoxide on the shelf. Why don't you just say water? Okay. So I guess the positioning matters here. I didn't mean to leave the room! Get back in there. Okay, so we know the numbers, but like... Rectangular table. I wonder, did he mix medicine on this thing? But like, what order did I input it in? Let's see. So there's alcohol in the middle. But then ammonia atop. On the other side, salt and I don't remember. CO2, H2O, so water that is there. Which means iron, great. Okay, so let's try first 1, 4, 5. Nope. Then maybe 2, 9. No. 2, 9. Blah 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 blah. 2, 9, 3. No. Okay. I don't know what order it wants me to put them in. Maybe we'll find that out later in the other room. Because... Okay. Hey, it turned red. Forget about that. Didn't you hear that just now? Okay, leg jump scare. Locker with a red plate on it. There's nothing left inside. Alright. It's blue now. I think I heard another noise. I just find it funny that they're taking the time to pour out the liquid. Anyways. Another leg. I know. Purple. I get it. You combine the red liquid and the blue liquid to make a purple one. Good job, Junpei. The purple light came on, and I heard it unlock. I'm sure it's unlocked. The locker with the purple plate has gotta be unlocked. Alright, let's see what happened. Wee. Fake stew meek. Okay. Wait. Alright, that's the way out. That's why. Okay, I'm silly. Anywho's. Nah. Lucy's head and left arm are sitting on the bed. Maybe something will happen if we gather all her body parts. Do we not have all of them? Chest, stomach, legs. An old hard bed. Oh, because we don't have the heart yet. Maybe the heart's in that safe then. But we don't have any hint for what order it should be in. C is for carbon, H is for hydrogen, and O is for oxygen. So basically, ethanol is made of 2 carbon atoms, 6 hydrogen atoms, and 1 oxygen atom. Two C's, 6 H's, and 1 O. Yeah. Yeah, so 9. Yep, it means carbohydrate, which also means it's organic. Stop. Nope. Okay. Oh. Okay, so it was just the ones that were missing. I'm so smart. Alright, she was missing in room 2. Empty box. There's nothing left inside. Alright. I'm so smart.
You think we should go back?
Yeah, I think that's probably best.
Clover nodded and left. Junpei was about to follow her when he realized that Seven wasn't following suit.
Hmm?
What are you doing, Seven?
Hey, Seven, what's up?
Oh, well,
He looked up at Junpei distractedly, and then back down at the brown bottle he held cupped in his large hands. Buddy.
Is that a medicine bottle?
I got curious about it. Here.
In response, Seven tossed the bottle gently to Junpei. He caught it and twisted it around to read the label.
Ethylene diamine tartrate?
Yeah, that's right. CDT.
What kind of medicine is that?
It's not medicine. I think it's an industrial strength detergent.
Alright.
Why would they have something like that here?
Well, probably to clean stuff up.
Clean what up?
Fuck if I know. It looks like it's cleaned my brain up.
Junpei looked up from the bottle.
You remember something?
Yeah.
Huh? Seven nodded slowly and spoke.
Well, I remember a story about EDT.
Interesting.
Happened about 50 years ago.
Why do you remember so much stuff that, like, does not pertain to you? Because you're not that old, as far as I'm aware.
There was this factory somewhere in America making big old EDT crystals.
Of course, it's America.
They were making it to sell as an industrial strength cleaner, like I told you before. But a year after the factory started up, something strange started happening with the crystals they were building. Water molecules started attaching themselves to the EDT crystals. This made them into a sort of mutation of the original crystals, called a hydrate. Once the crystals turn into a hydrate, though, it's useless as a cleaner. The factory had to just dump the crystals. As a hydrate, they were useless. But it didn't end there.
Is this the Ice 9?
After that day, the same thing started happening in EDT factories everywhere, even ones nowhere near that first American factory.
Okay, that is like the third thing that is like this.
They'd been making crystals the same way, with the same materials and the same equipment and environment.
In a weird way, the fact that this is the third thing like this that we're getting just out of nowhere makes it feel like we're on track for the true ending. But I could just be being silly here.
But now, all of a sudden, every single crystal they formed turned into a hydrate. In fact, ever since that day, no factory anywhere has been able to make a pure EDT crystal. Even in EDT research done years before, they'd never gotten a hydrate. After it happened at the first factory, it just spread. It was like, man, how do you say it?
Like the molecules were communicating with one another, transmitting information in a way humans couldn't perceive. This phenomena spread throughout the world, right?
Junpei looked up at Seven with half a smirk. Seven stared at him dumbfounded.
Yeah, that's it exactly. But how did you know?
I heard another story, kind of like that one.
When?
In the freezer?
What? The freezer?
Yeah, June told me.
Junpei told Seven the story he'd heard from June in the freezer in the kitchen. How one day, glycerin began to crystallize. And the story of ice that wouldn't melt at room temperature. When Junpei was done, Seven looked thoughtful and absent-mindedly rubbed the scar on his chin.
Ice that doesn't melt at room temperature, huh?
That sounds familiar?
Yeah, hold up. I feel like I can remember something. It's right there.
Seven squinted. His eyes stared off into space, as if he were trying to desperately as if he were trying desperately to focus on something far away.
Do you?
I feel like these are both the same question. I mean, they are both the same question, but like, one of them is slightly more correct for sure, but I don't know which one. I feel like specifying Ice 9 might be the call to make. Because it's like specific, you know?
Do you know about Ice 9?
Ice 9? Ice 9. Ice 9. Ice, ice, ice.
Suddenly, Seven's eyes shot open.
That's it. I remember now. That woman, she's on this boat.
Huh?
That woman?
Then I write things down. Alice?
Who's Alice?
Come on, the woman who won't melt at room temperature.
Lotus?
Huh?
It became clear to Seven that Junpei had no idea what he was talking about. He ran his hand across his face and took a deep breath.
You know how the Titanic sank on April 15th, 1912, right?
Nope. Just kidding.
Yeah, more than 1,500 people died. Worst maritime accident in history. What about it?
Did you hear about the boat that was sent to collect the dead bodies?
I think that was the RMS Carpathia, right?
Now, these guys know so much more about the Titanic than I do.
It was a cruise liner, just like the Titanic.
No, that was the ship that picked up the survivors. The ship that collected the dead bodies was the CS McKay Bennett.
Seven sure doesn't remember anything about him, but he sure does remember a lot about the Titanic.
The McKay Bennett showed up on April 17th, 2 days after the accident.
Why do you know this?
It set out from Halifax, a port in Canada, and recovered 306 bodies.
Maybe Seven's just autistic about the Titanic, and this is why it still sticks to him despite the memory loss.
The Atlantic that far north was really cold. It would have to be for there to be icebergs and stuff. Anyway, the bodies they pulled out of the water were frozen solid.
I mean, fair. In fairness to Seven, amnesia weird. True, but like, still.
This isn't a very nice story. So, what happened next?
Well, they say the McKay Bennett recovered something more than just dead bodies.
Yeah.
There were various bits of stuff floating around in the water. Things the drowned had carried with them, or stuff that dislodged as the ship sank. One of the things they found was a coffin.
Oh boy.
A coffin?
Yeah, a wooden one.
Hmm.
The craftsman who made it must have been pretty skilled. It wasn't just a wooden coffin. It was all wood, no nails, no reinforcements, no gaps in the wood anywhere. The thing was airtight. The crew got pretty curious about what might be inside it and opened it up. They had to get a wedge and hammer it open. It was so well made.
Love me a well-made coffin.
They found a woman. Or, I guess you should say, they found the dead body of a woman.
This again.
Her hair was thick and black, and her skin rich brown with no blemishes or signs of decomposition. They say that she looked gorgeous, like a goddess. She was obviously dead, but everyone who looked at her said she just looked like she was sleeping. Her skin was so lifelike, she looked like she might wake up any minute. And she didn't. Like the rest of the bodies they found, she was frozen solid. Eventually, the McKay Bennett finished searching and returned to Halifax. The 306 bodies were unloaded and taken ashore. However, it was warm enough that they began to thaw. They say that the stink was horrible.
I can only imagine.
But there was one body that didn't thaw. And that was...
The girl in the coffin.
That's right. Everybody thought for sure that she'd melt and start to rot like the rest of them eventually. But weeks passed and nothing happened. And a month passed, and another. And it was summer, and she was still frozen solid. After a while, people started to say she was some sort of miracle. Rumors about her started to spread. People came to visit Halifax from all over. After a while, people started to call her All Ice. Alice.
I see.
Of course, those rumors didn't last long.
Why?
Well, she up and disappeared. One day Alice was there, the next day she wasn't. They say someone snuck into where they were keeping her and stole the body. With the body gone, the rumors followed pretty quickly. And after a while, no one remembered her. You might be able to find something about her if you could find a newspaper from back then, but that's about it.
Wait, you just said that she was on this boat.
Yeah, I did. Alice has got to be somewhere on this ship.
Now why the hell would you say something like that?
Because I know.
And just what is it you know?
What happened to Alice after she was stolen?
Did you steal her or something? Junpei gulped.
Alright, tell me. What happened to Alice?
Seven nodded slowly and took on the look of a man recalling something long buried.
Well, around that time, the word was that there was a special black market in New York. All millionaires from all over the world. I've heard that Alice went up for auction there. The person who won the auction was Lord Dashiell Gordain. You've heard that name before, right?
Yep.
Lord Gordain. Oh, isn't he the guy who bought the Gigantic? The Titanic sister ship?
Yeah, that's him. Although I guess he hadn't done that yet.
What do you mean?
Gordain bought Alice in 1912. 4 years later, in 1916, he bought the Gigantic. And he hid Alice somewhere on the Gigantic. But nobody knows where. He died in 1931. And apparently he died without ever telling anyone where Alice was hidden. However,
what?
Well, he did have one close friend who asked him, "Where is Alice?" And he said, "Alice sleeps in a small chamber past the Forest of Knowledge beneath the navel of the Gigantic."
Interesting.
What the hell is that? Is it some kind of riddle?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Seven threw his hands up in defeat.
So that's it. Whatever you think, I believe it. She's hidden somewhere on the Gigantic. In other words, she's hidden somewhere on this ship.
Before Junpei could dispute Seven's rather bizarre claim, as Junpei was trying to figure out what on earth he was going to say next, Clover's shrill voice pierced the room.
Hey, what are you two doing over there? Stop wasting time and get over here!
Clover's right.
Okay, we're coming.
Jeez!
Seven looked at Junpei.
Yeah, so anyway, that's the story. It might be useful someday. Don't forget it.
I'm sure it will. With that cryptic remark, he turned and left the room.
Alice. Huh.
Junpei was left behind to ponder what he just heard. He tried to remember what June had told him earlier.
That mummy wasn't just a normal mummy. They say that she was frozen. The story says that from the time of its discovery all the way through to when it got put on the Titanic. Even though it was carried through the desert, her body never melted.
Then was that Egyptian priestess Alice? Did the water in her body become Ice 9? No, that's nuts. There's no way somebody like that could exist.
Junpei shook his head, trying desperately to clear it, and followed Seven to the operating room where Clover was waiting. Well, what a time, TM. Okay, so we've collected the 6 parts of the medical mannequin. So the ones we got must be for Lucy, right? Yeah. Seems like it. Well, I say we give Lucy her parts back. Any objections? Nope. Agreed. Alright, let's get started. Combine! Oh, there's a number on here. 51 kg. What's this? Is this the weight? Well, we were just tacking body parts on it, so it makes sense that it would be the weight. Okay. There's something that looks like it could be a scale next to the operating table. There's something that looks like a lid on the front of it. There's a symbol engraved over the keyhole. Hey, this is a Jupiter symbol. Hey, wasn't this Jupiter symbol engraved by the keyhole on the other door? Other door? The door at the end of the hallway with all those rooms. You think maybe this door and that door use the same key? Maybe. Oh yeah. Wait, not you. Medical record found in the preparation room. It has records for the 2 mannequins. There's a male mannequin named John and a female mannequin named Lucy. The record shows that each mannequin's total weight and the weight of their individual parts. Okay, so John's supposed to be 51 and Lucy's supposed to be 53. So... interesting. I'm gonna have to write this down. Let's see. John. Chest 6.2. Heart 2.3. Arms 1.5. Waist 5.6. Right leg 3.4. Left leg 4.5. Lucy. Chest 6. Heart 2. Waist 5. Arms 1. Right 3. Left leg 4. Well, it doesn't make sense because it says John is 51, but all his measurements are larger than Lucy's. Okay, well, whatever. Either way, Lucy needs to be up a little more. No, bad. Okay, I guess we can't take him off. Hey, nothing happened. That's odd. Maybe it's the wrong weight. Wait. Yeah, well, you know how there's a scale on the side of the bed? Maybe we need to get the scale to a specific number. How are we gonna do that? I think we're supposed to swap her body parts with John's. Oh. Let's give it a shot. Operating instructions. The screen will display 2 medical mannequins. You can switch their body parts by selecting the part you want to switch out. Alright. Okay, cool, and it tells me how much. Okay, so their left arms are firm. Well, that made them almost balanced. So close yet so far. Okay. I trans their gender. Hey Junpei, I just heard something. It came from John's operating table. We better check it out. Congrats on the sex change, mannequins. Huh? The lid on the scale. Key! Hey, it opened. No, I get it. It must have opened because we matched John's weight to what's on the chart. Yoink.
Hey, hold on.
Junpei stopped, about to put the key into the doorknob.
Oh, what's up?
Where's Clover?
Oh,
Huh?
how did she disappear? Junpei turned around. Clover was nowhere to be seen.
Oh, God damn it. Where the hell did she go? Okay, just hold on a minute. I'll go get her.
Sure thing.
Junpei left Seven at the door and headed back to the operating room. Clover, Clover. He found her standing next to the operating table. She was staring at the mannequin.
Hey, Clover, what's wrong? Come on, let's get out of here.
She didn't respond. If she hadn't been standing up and breathing, Junpei might have thought she was dead.
What are you doing? Did you want to come back here and say goodbye to John?
It wasn't the best joke, but it was something. An attempt to lighten the mood. Clover didn't laugh. She stood stock still and said nothing.
Hey, Clover, can you hear me?
Perhaps it was something he'd said, or perhaps it was something else. Suddenly her mouth opened, and she whispered in a dry, dead voice.
My brother might be dead.
Huh?
That's why we couldn't find him. If he's dead, I'm going to be next.
Suddenly, the operating room felt very, very cold.
What are you talking about? What's wrong with you?
He gave her a small shake, but she still didn't respond. The silence grew heavier. Junpei, what do you want to do? Pick her up and walk out? No? Oh yeah, I forgot Santa gave us stuff. Yeah, give her the 4-leaf clover.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't know why, but suddenly, Junpei remembered something he'd been given earlier.
It's in my pocket somewhere. Here it is.
He reached into his pocket and dug it out.
A 4-leaf clover.
Santa had given it to him in the second classroom. He held it out to Clover.
Hey, did you know?
That didn't say classroom, did it? Anyways.
Each leaf means something. Hope, faith, love, and luck. That's what a 4-leaf clover stands for. Take it. Use it as a good luck charm.
He pressed the 4-leaf clover into her hand.
Listen to me, Clover. No matter what happens, you can never lose hope. You have to remember what's most important, and that's to have faith and to have love. If you can remember all of those, that'll bring you good luck. Snake, I mean, your brother, he's not dead. He's alive, somewhere. I'm sure of it. You've just gotta believe in that.
You are correct, Junpei, but you don't know that yet. Clover stared at the 4-leaf clover in her hand. You could see tears start to form at the corners of her eyes.
Thank you.
No. Her voice was tiny and broken, and as she spoke, she started to cry. She tried to hide her tears by looking at the floor, but it did little good. She wiped away her tears with her with the baggy arms of her jacket, but more quickly took their place. No matter how she tried, she couldn't stop crying. Her tears made small wet circles on the floor. Oh.
Thank you.
She She said it again, and then she looked up at Junpei and seemed to choke down the last of her grief. She did her best to smile. Junpei wiped an errant tear from her cheek with his thumb and gave her the best smile he could manage.
Now come on. Seven's waiting for us at the exit.
But still, she didn't move.
Wait, before we go, there's one thing I want to ask you.
What's that?
What do you think when you hear the word experiment?
For a moment, his mind froze. Then he came back to his senses and realized the word meant nothing to him, aside from the dictionary definition.
What?
Oh. I guess it was just a coincidence then. I mean, that you knew about the four-leaf clover.
Interesting.
Look, I'm sorry. I don't want to be a jerk, but you are making less than no sense right now.
I don't know, it makes sense, Junpei. You just don't get it because you don't remember the safe route at all.
Oh, no. It's nothing. Just forget about it.
Oh, don't give me that. You really think I could just drop this? What is this experiment you were talking about?
Clover looked away. The four-leaf clover was still in her hand. She stared at it for a long moment and then finally spoke.
You promise you won't tell anyone?
Cross my heart.
Really?
Really?
I can trust you, right?
Of course you can.
Clover slipped the four-leaf clover into her pocket. Her eyes still red from crying. She looked up at Junpei.
Okay then, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what happened on this ship 9 years ago.
Wait. On this ship?
Yeah, this ship.
He was entirely lost. He had 1,000 questions, but it was probably best, he thought, to save them until Clover had finished.
It was an experiment to test some sort of psychic thing. Communicating through these fields that you can't see.
Fields that you can't see?
He'd heard something like this before. Clover nodded.
Like, think about this.
She pointed at the operating table. On top of it was somewhat mismatched medical mannequin whose parts had been swapped with another mannequin.
This is John, right? But is he really John?
Huh?
All Junpei could think was, she has finally completely lost it.
Isn't this like Locke's socks?
Huh?
Or the ship of Theseus?
Junpei grew even more confused. He never heard of either of those things, although they sounded smart.
You don't know? You haven't heard of those paradoxes?
Listen, Clover, I'm not here because I'm smart.
No?
Junpei shook his head.
Really?
Clover laughed.
Okay, well pay attention then. This is how Locke's socks works. Let's say I've got a pair of socks. They're my favorite socks. One of them gets a hole in it. What would you do if that was your sock, Junpei?
Patch it up, throw it away. I mean, if it's my favorite pair of socks, I'd probably just patch it up.
Well, I guess I'd patch it up. Get some cloth and close up the hole.
But what if another hole opens?
I'd add another patch, I suppose.
What if another hole opened after that?
Another patch, I guess?
Well, let's say you just keep adding new patches. Until eventually, the original cloth of the sock is totally gone.
I see.
Once you get to that point, can you really say they're the same socks you started with?
Well, that's tough.
Listen, if the sock identifies as the original sock... Junpei crossed his arms.
So, that's the Locke socks thing?
Yeah, the ship of Theseus is a lot like it. The ship of Theseus. If you keep fixing the damaged parts of a ship, eventually it ends up with none of the parts it started with. Can you really say that ship is the same one you started with? And what if you took all the old parts from the first ship and built another one somewhere else? Then which ship is the real ship of Theseus?
Okay, that's an interesting one. Because, like, otherwise it'd be like, well, your cells, like, completely replaced, like, after a certain amount of time. So, like, but you're still you. Like, you're still the same person, despite that. But, like, those cells that, like, get replaced, they're just gone. So, like, in this case where you, like, take those pieces and make a new one, that is interesting. That's definitely a more interesting thought experiment than the original sock thing. And Relix, like I said earlier, I'm not here because I'm smart, okay? I have not taken a philosophy class.
The one you repaired, or the one you built with all the original parts?
It was an interesting question. Clover could see Junpei was intrigued.
Hey, do you think it's the same?
Philosophy is fun. I don't know. Like I said, I've never taken a philosophy class. I don't think I have enough brain cells to even try.
What's the same?
These guys. Is this John, or is it Lucy now?
We transed their gender. That's what happened to Clover. Because it's not about getting the correct answer, it's more examining the answer that you came up with. Yeah, that's fair. But I don't have brain cells. Junpei looked at the operating table again. The mannequin full of body parts from a different body. Clover had been right. It was just like Lock Socks and the ship of Theseus. The part of the body that holds a person's identity is the head. Of course, for many hundreds of years, conventional wisdom had held to that a man's identity resided in his heart, or any of a number of internal organs. In here, they had both.
John's head and heart are both his. But apart from those, and a single arm, the rest of his body was once Lucy's.
They trans their genders. Was that mannequin really John?
We're just like these mannequins.
I mean, my gender has been transed, but that is beside the point, Clover. She looked at Junpei again.
Think about it. The cells in our body change every day.
Hey,
Old
I
ones
mentioned
die
that.
and new ones are born. Maybe part of my arm is made of stuff from a fish I ate once.
I mean, maybe.
Or maybe part of your right side is made from a cow you ate. If you take it a little further, those cows and fishes are made from something else too, right?
Fishes.
That's how we're all connected. Through fields that can't be seen with the naked eye.
The silence was broken by Seven.
Hey, what the hell is taking you two so long?
A philosophy lesson. Don't worry about it. Seven's head appeared in the doorway. He was not happy.
How long are you gonna make me wait? We don't have time to screw around.
The turns have tabled, Seven. You already went over this, like, last time it was you talking, Junpei's ear off, and now it's Clover's turn, okay? Balance. Equality. Junpei and Clover looked at each other. Clover looked at Junpei as if to say there was more she wanted to tell him. She shook her head. Whatever she had to tell him, she didn't want to tell him in front of Seven. Seven seemed to catch on.
Oh? What were you two doing? Was this some sort of secret meeting?
Perhaps a little bit, as a treat.
No, it wasn't. We were just playing with the mannequins.
Huh?
Let's go, Junpei.
We were playing dolls, don't worry about it, Seven. Moving a little bit too fast to be entirely innocent, Clover headed toward the exit. Seven stared after her, then turned to Junpei with an amused expression.
Playing with mannequins, huh?
Yeah, playing with dolls, don't worry about it.
Didn't know you were into that kind of thing, Junpei.
Huh?
You're a dick.
Junpei dashed past him and traced Clover's path out the door. With a short laugh, Seven followed. They stood in front of the door. Junpei took out the Jupiter key.
All right, I'm gonna open it now. Is that cool?
You don't need to keep asking, just do it, alright?
So true.
Fine then.
He slid the key into the keyhole and turned it. He felt it unlock. The door opened with a soft, melancholy creak. Beyond it lay a simple white hallway. There was no fanfare or confetti. Obviously, there was no one there to applaud them. They simply walked through the door. That was it.
All right, let's get going.
It opened? Yeah.
Hey, man, what's up with you? You're so serious, you know? Can't you sound more happy, get a little excited?
You missed it last time when we were in different rooms 7. The fruit and yeah. I totally butchered it, but
Not really.
Junpei turned away from 7 and took his first step down this simple white hallway.
My brother might be dead. I'm going to be next.
Clover had told him only a few minutes before that her brother was probably dead, and she was likely to follow him.
Like hell I can. Not after hearing something like that.
Glares at Ace. They left the operating room. The hallway took them around several corners and past several doors, but they were all locked.
There too, huh? Every door in this place is locked up tight.
How about that one?
The final door was hidden in a corner of the hall.
May as well give it a try.
Junpei grabbed the handle. As he made to push it open, a voice stopped him. The voice came from behind him and belonged to neither 7 nor Clover.
Jumpy!
Huh?
He spun round. He saw someone running toward him from the other end of the hallway. There were 3 people coming toward Junpei and his companions.
June? And Santa? And Lotus too?
They pulled up short in front of Junpei, breathing hard.
Whoa! What the hell is this?
What are you doing here?
What? But we didn't...
Before he could finish, Clover spoke.
Hey guys! Could you come take a look at this?
She was standing near the end of a small hallway that branched off to the right. The rest of them ran over to her, curious as to what she'd found.
Look on the wall here.
There was something on the wall at the end of the hallway. Map.
A map of the ship's interior?
It says seed.
So it's the map?
Yep, okay.
Door 7.
Door 7 and yeah. Let's see. No, so we're in this. Okay, so it's still slightly different from what we did before then. For now, anyway.
Door 8. Yep, they both eventually end up.
How goes doors? Lots of doors.
Yeah, isn't that what I said?
How are you, by the way? I don't think I greeted you properly.
We aren't going to be split up permanently till we find doors. We might
Yep.
get separate, otherwise we won't be able to. That's
Yep.
how the notary...
I see.
Meep.
Wait a sec. Hey, could this...
As you look more closely,
Oh,
it goes back where they started. Wow.
We may as well go.
Yeah.
They moved as one for the door.
Oh, almost forgot. We should keep this.
Yep, take that map. The 6 of them stood in front of the door, arrayed in a semicircle. Santa stepped forward. Nice. What games are you gonna play? He took hold of the door and spoke without looking at the other 5.
Ready? I'm gonna open it.
Slowly, all 5 nodded their silent assent. With a deep breath, Santa threw open the door. They poured through the doorway and into the room. Even without looking around, each one of them knew where they
I
were.
knew it.
Yep,
We're back.
welcome back, guys.
In the hospital room.
Monster Hunter World or Final Fantasy XIV or Hades, just chill games. Fair enough. I actually got gifted Hades recently. I don't know when I'll be able to play it though. Probably gonna save it for like first time playing on stream. Huh, words. Here we go.
I see. I believe I understand what you're saying.
Okay, now we're officially there.
1, 2, 3, 4. All right, 7 pieces.
My ace the prime suspect, so true. My ace the prime suspect.
Just double checking.
Yes, just.
Okay. We need to make the whole thing. Hurry it up, Mr.
Yeah, quite. All right. The first one said ace request.
Yes, I do.
No, we don't have time for. Next is Santa.
Yeah, that's what I wrote.
Clover wants one.
There is no way I'm going anywhere.
No, there'd be no point to the voting if we let people change.
But
Just give it up, Lotus. It's not like I want to hang out with.
I am not an exhibition.
Barely.
So.
Maybe. Nobody wants to have to.
Oh, I'm gonna kill you!
Their banter is funny.
Oh, not.
No, not good. Yeah, ace.
Let go!
Junpei, read the rest.
The kids are
Right.
fighting, so true.
June wants doors.
Yes, I don't.
So this was everyone's vote. Ace and Clover. 7.
Yep. We know. We get it. We got it, Junpei. You don't have to explain everything.
Okay. I want to go through.
Let's see. I can't check the flow right now. That's fair. I'm inclined to go for door 2. And just try, cause like it hasn't even been that long. Cause I want to figure out like when to stop for the night, and I wanted to check the flow for that kind of info, but I guess not. Cause like I'm thinking, I'm not sure if I want to end before starting the puzzle or after the puzzle, you know? Door 2 should be fast. Okay, then. Yeah, let's just go pick the door, do the puzzle, and then end for the night. I think that's the plan. Yeah.
My choice is door 2.
Santa was unconvinced.
Hey, wait a minute there.
If you remember correctly, door 1 has 2 puzzle rooms. Ah, I see.
You cheating?
What?
Cheating?
I'm asking if you changed your number after you heard what doors we wanted.
How could I do that? I wrote it down on the paper earlier.
Let me see that.
Sure, here.
Junpei shrugged and handed it to him. Santa examined it furiously. The others peered at it as well. As they did, Junpei quickly slipped the piece of paper he'd been hiding into his pocket. Although he'd never know it now, Santa had been justified in his suspicions. Junpei had switched papers.
I had 3 pieces of paper ready.
Junpei. For doors 1, 2, and
And I
6.
put the one with door 6 on it into the pot.
He put a small mark on it so that he would know which one was his.
I just needed to make sure I drew last.
Junpei.
After I saw everyone else's result, I just chose whatever door I wanted.
Junpei.
If the number I'd already put in matched, then I didn't have to switch the paper out. Well, what does it say?
He fought the urge to smirk.
You got lucky.
Santa snorted and tossed the paper aside, frustrated.
All right. So we know who's going through door 2. It'll be me, Lotus, and Junpei.
7 plus 8 plus 5 equals
The only
20.
problem's the other 2 teams.
June and I want door 6.
Clover and I choose door 1.
That's not good. We can't open either of those doors with only 2 people.
Everyone was silent. Then suddenly Clover spoke, her face blank and cold.
Why don't Santa and June go into door 1 with Ace?
Huh?
Well,
They looked at one another. 3 plus 6 plus 1 equals 10. 1 plus 0 equals 1. Finally, Ace spoke.
And what will you do, Clover?
I'll be waiting at the stairs.
I don't like that option.
You guys are coming back here, right? That's what 7 was saying, wasn't it?
I mean, true, but... That'd have been what 7 said. I guess she should be
We are gonna
safe
be
since
split up
Ace won't be
permanently till we
there.
find door 9.
Yeah, that's true. But, yeah, so, like, since Ace will be in his own little room, trapped, Clover should be fine.
We might get separated for a
Maybe.
little while, but we'll see each other again. Otherwise, we won't be able to open door 9. And that's how the notary game works.
You better stay alive, Clover.
I'm sorry, but I just want to be by myself for a while.
And that's fair, though. You have a lot of processing to do.
You understand, right?
There was no emotion on her face, but it was drawn and pale, and her eyes were red. No one had the heart to contradict her. The room grew very quiet. Silence drifted down over everything like a blanket of fresh snow. It was Santa who finally spoke.
all right. I'm going through door 1. That all right with you, June?
Yes.
June nodded.
Well, we'll be going then.
Oh, wait.
Let's move too.
Yeah, so that means they're going through door 1, right? So that means they're not going in the room that has the gun. Okay. Okay, I like this. This should be fine-ish.
Yeah.
Right. Let's go.
And just like that, their paths were set.
I won't see June for a while, but this was my choice. I'm just going to have to suck it up. 7 said we'd all see each other again, and I'm going to believe that.
He took strength from that thought.
The other group went to A deck to go through door 1.
Yeah, okay. As far as I'm aware, there's not a gun through that, so it's fine.
Clover joined them. Our group is on our way too. We're heading to the bottom deck using the elevators. I wonder what we'll find down there.
Probably not a gun. And they stepped off of the elevator and headed for door 2.
We ready?
Yeah, anytime.
I'll go first.
One by one, they put their palms onto the recognition device, and 3 yesterdays blinked to life on its screen.
Let's go!
The door opened, and they leapt inside.
Where the hell is it this time?
I don't see it!
Oh, there it is! It's right there!
Fortunately, it took them only moments to find the dead. It had been placed just inside the room, right next to the numbered door. They gathered round it and quickly scanned each of their bracelets.
It stopped.
Yeah, it stopped.
Junpei could feel his heart pounding against the inside of his ribs. 7 and Lotus were breathing hard and fast.
Man, I'll never get used to that.
I'm not sure it's something I'd want to get used to.
Fair.
We should finish this game before imminent death becomes a normal thing.
Also fair.
Damn right.
All right.
Junpei looked around again.
This hallway's pretty short, but it's got 5 doors. 3 on the left, and only 1 on the right.
Don't forget the last one at the end of the hall.
But it's got a metal plate over it, so I doubt we're gonna get anywhere that way.
After taking a look around the room himself, 7 spoke.
All right, let's get started. I think we'd probably better split up. You two okay with that?
Yes, no problem.
Sure thing.
Then I'll take this first one.
7 nodded to them and stepped into the room closest to him.
I'll try the one next to it.
Alas, Junpei was left alone.
Well, I guess I'd better get started too.
He looked intently at the remaining 3 doors. Emergence. I don't like this. It's a blanket. Not a really great one, but still. This light's barely enough to see by. I feel like I'm gonna see a ghost here or something. I can just barely see a mirror from the light coming through the ceiling. Sure, it'd be nice if that mirror was a little lower down. Looks like it's the same height as the mirror on the right. I wonder if that means anything. It's a sink, but there's no light shining on it. It's hard to be sure because it's so dark here, but I don't think there's anything going on with this sink. This faucet is too hard to turn. The mirror seems really high. In fact, it's so high that it's kind of hard to see your reflection in it. Interesting. Ah, God damn it. No matter how hard I pull on this damn thing, it won't budge. Guess I won't be opening this anytime soon. Doesn't look like it's got a keyhole, and there doesn't seem to be anything stopping it. How the hell am I supposed to open it? Interesting. There were a bunch of tiles on the door that spell out emergence. Emergence. Maybe it means we need to emerge out of here. Okay. There's a door in the back. I wonder where it goes. I thought of that. And I tried a couple things. But yeah, same result. Guess Evan wasn't about to do anything. Ah, well. Okay. Hello? What the hell is this supposed to be? Like a drawing of a whirlpool or something? Well, if I had to guess, I'd say it's trying to look like water. There's a little tile in the drain. It doesn't look like we're gonna be able to pull it out of there. Might have to use our heads on this one. Alright, let's figure this thing out. Huh. Looks like the water doesn't work. Doesn't matter how much 7 turns that thing. No water's coming out. Has the water been shut off from somewhere else? Interesting. It's a dirty blanket on the bed. Man, this is a mess. It's not even a bed anymore. Can't say I'd want to sleep there. Huh? What the hell? It's not opening. There's something up with this drawer. I don't trust it. There's screws. There's a pair of screws screwed into the desk. Right on top of the drawer. Doesn't matter how old this thing is. I'm gonna have a tough time if we just try and break it open. It's probably gonna be a pain, but I think we need to figure out a way to get those screws off. A screwdriver, probably. But okay. Huh? Somebody made some wavy blue lines on this mirror with blue paint. Is that a drawing of a blue scarf? No, maybe not. This drain is kind of a weird shape for a drain. You think they made it that shape for a reason? Or just for fun? There's no knob on this faucet. There's no way we can get water out of it like this. If we can find a knob or something that'll work as one, then we should be able to get water to come out of this thing. No, it's a little area here. This paper seems to be pretty old. Ew, how the hell can you touch that? It's horrible. No, it's not like I've really got a choice, do I? It's not like I want to. Hello? Moon? What a filthy, disgusting moon. Yeah, it's pretty filthy. But it's a precious hint. Let's remember it, alright? I refuse to touch this. I refuse! What the hell's wrong with you? I don't want to touch it. Ever. Valid. Just hanging from the wall. Well, if we're pulling the string, then it must be a toilet that flushes. Oh. Interesting. A towel? That bed looks cold. Pretty sure you'd freeze to death in the winter. No kidding. If I tried to sleep here, my skin would dry out in no time. Well, it's not like you're that young anymore. That shouldn't really matter. My, Junpei, aren't you lucky? It seems you'll die before you have a chance to grow old and hideous. I'm sorry. You're right. Dry skin is a woman's worst enemy. Oh dear. But okay, interesting. There's nothing in the drawer. Yeah. Something's not right, though. The handle on that drawer doesn't really fit, you know? It just looks messy. Why don't you take it out? Alright. So there's a mirror on the other side of this drawer. Interesting. It's kind of odd shape, and it looks like someone attached the handle with a screw after the fact. Weird. Can I combine that with this? No? Okay. How peculiar. So, that's normal if you're both using the same water pipes, right? Yeah, that's fair. Go back here again. Oh yeah, we could probably use this mirror to reflect the light. I just gotta figure out where to reflect the light. Maybe if I go somewhere that's a little easier to shine light on. Okay, it's nice to see the sink lit up, I guess, but all it shows me is the pipe. When I shine the light on the mirror in the back... Is that a number? So if I shine light on this mirror, then I get to see some numbers. I can see a 4 on the left and 7 on the right. Write that down, Where's my pen? Right here. Lotus just threatening everybody with murder today. You know, normal Lotus things. 47. 4 and 7. So if I shine the light on the mirror in the back... I get it. If I shine light on the mirror, symbols appear. The left side has a sun, the right has a moon symbol. I'm gonna remember this. Sun, moon. Pokemon Sun and Moon, so true. It's nothing special about the toilet paper. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I can see a partition over there. Seems pretty pointless to bother examining it. Yeah, okay, so I guess that's it. Turn. No, I can't turn. Oh. No, go back in there. Go back in there! No. I can't click the light. Okay, never mind then. There's a simple chair over where the light doesn't shine. Okay, whatever. It's just this, like the sun symbol we saw in the dark room. Yeah, that's right. There's some kind of number hint there too. You think maybe the number was how many times we took a piss? No, it's gotta be how many times we flushed. Ah, interesting, interesting. Toilet paper tube, huh? Seriously, doubt I'm gonna need this for anything. Well, this part is thinner than the rest. In fact, it doesn't really look like it's part of the rest of this thing. This rod feels loose. Maybe if I give it a couple turns. Here we go. Wee, screwdriver shaft. Interesting. But, hey, this handle's pretty loose. Loose? You think it'll come off if you pull on it? It fell off. Huh, look at this. The handle doesn't really fit on the string. Maybe it wasn't meant to be attached to it. Well, I know what to do with it. So if I just stick this metal rod into the handle... Screwdriver! But anyways, can I... The thing you can manipulate in this room is that string. Chances are, they made this puzzle so someone wouldn't trigger it by accident. I guess I should keep pulling on this thing then. Alright, here it goes. Second pull. Third pull. Did you just hear something? I did, but it doesn't look like anything's happened here. Huh, wonder what that sound was. Interesting. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's still firmly there. Okay, do something here. Sweet. Got the screws off. Now we can open the door. There's nothing in here. Well, maybe the drawer's what we need. The drawer, huh? Alright, let's yank the thing out. There's a bump on the back. I wonder what it's for. Maybe there's a hole somewhere? These bumps line up with a trigger's hidden switch or something? Hey, we've seen weirder stuff. Doesn't seem like that far-fetched. Fair. Let's combine this door with the screwdriver. If I use the screwdriver on the screw in the center of the handle, maybe I can... Knob! And now we don't have a screwdriver anymore. Junpei ate the screwdriver. So this is what the moon symbol was pointing to, huh? He probably made it so that someone wouldn't trigger it by accident. That's the case. Second time. And a third time. Fourth time. Fifth time. This is the 6th consecutive time. There's that sound again. It happens whenever I pull that string a couple of times. It wasn't a couple of times, but I digress. Junpei, did you hear something from the other room? The other room? You mean from the dark room? Okay. But anyways, this first. Sweet. The handle I got off that drawer fits onto the faucet perfectly. Now I can turn the water on. Junpei, what are you doing? It's pretty obvious, isn't it? I'm running the water. I can see that. I'm asking you why you're just letting it run like that. Think about it, Lotus. This faucet didn't have a knob when we found it, right? What do you mean? Just watch. Anytime now. Hey, water's filling up. Doesn't that just mean the pipes are clogged? Whoops, let's turn it off for now. So, did anything change? The water stopped flowing. Thank you, Mr. Obvious. Ugh, Junpei, I'm leaving this one to you, alright? Fair. I have an item. The sink is totally filled with water. Yeah, to put the towel. No? Fine. Be that way. I'll worry about it later. (14 = E). What is this? 14 = E? Seems important. Probably means a 14 somewhere represents an E. I don't know what that 14 would be. Toilet paper. Still wide enough for me to know what it is, even in the dark. There's nothing out of the ordinary about it. I can just barely make the string out for the toilet, but I can get a hold of it. Damn it. Kinda pisses me off that I can see it, but I can't touch it. Oh, interesting. Well, this door opens easily enough. Tiles. Okay. Ah. Tiles. Well. Junpei took the wet tile into his pocket. He was about to turn away when there was a noise behind him.
What the?
7, you good? He spun around to see 7 kneeling on the floor. His face was rigid and pale. Droplets of sweat covered his forehead.
Hey, what's going on? Are you okay, man? You're sweating like crazy. Are you all right?
He was concerned. He'd never seen 7 like this before. Slowly, the other man lifted himself to his feet on shaky legs.
Yeah, I'm fine. Just got a little dizzy, that's all.
His face was pale and his breathing was heavy. Sweat was pouring off his face and staining his shirt.
That's definitely more than just a little dizzy. Are you sure? You don't look so good.
7 didn't answer. Half of his face was twisted, as if distorted by extreme pain, and his eyes were glazed. Finally, he spoke.
What am I doing here?
Huh?
His words made no sense.
What are you talking about? We opened the number 2 door and walked in here. Don't tell me you forgot.
No, that's not what I mean.
He shook his head several times, as if trying to clear something from it.
It ain't much, but I think some of my memories came back.
Oh, convenient.
I think I've been here before.
Oh boy.
Huh?
I said I've been in this room before.
You were here? When? Why?
Probably about 9 years ago.
Aoi. Like, Nona.
Suddenly, 7 was mumbling to himself. There were words Junpei didn't understand. 7's hoarse voice trailed off, and Junpei couldn't make out what he'd said.
What the hell was that?
7's brow furrowed furiously, and he ground his teeth back and forth.
It's right there. I feel like I'm this close to remembering everything, but I just can't.
7 stopped, frustrated. He pulled his hat off and ran a hand through his hair. Then suddenly, he looked up, his eyes wide.
That's right, an experiment. There was some kind of experiment going on this ship.
Yeah.
An experiment? What sort of experiment?
A notary game.
They were trying to control people. Or something like that.
What the hell are you talking about?
Junpei didn't know what to make of Seven's story. Instead, he simply stared as Seven continued.
Aoi, Light, and Nona. Those were their names. Well, some of them. The kids that were in the experiment, I mean. I think there were 4 or 5 more, but I don't remember all their names.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah, that's right. That's why I'm here.
Seven began to mumble to himself and wandered aimlessly about the room. He looked confused. So far as Junpei could tell, the man was simply rambling, and there were odd twitches to his movements.
Experiment. Cradle Pharmaceuticals.
Yeah.
Those kidnapped kids. Was I working that case?
Oh. Seven continued to mumble to himself about things that meant nothing to Junpei.
Huh?
Junpei didn't have any answers for him, of course. He couldn't understand what was happening to Seven. All he could do was wait. After a few minutes, Seven finally stopped.
Wait, under this bed.
He crouched down and looked under the bed. His face registered mild surprise, and began to mumble to himself again.
The hole's gone? No, maybe it was a different room. There's gotta be a ton of rooms on this boat that look just like this one.
At last, Junpei couldn't... Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, Junpei could contain himself no longer. I think that was supposed to be couldn't.
Hey, what exactly do you remember? Maybe you could stop talking like a crazy person and tell me what's going on here.
Seven stood up slowly.
Well, it's not like I really remember everything. I've only got bits and pieces, and they're scattered and don't make much sense.
I don't care. Tell me the bits and pieces then.
Junpei could feel it. Whatever Seven had remembered, it was important. Very important.
Okay!
Seven drew a large, muscled hand down across his face. As he wiped the sweat from his brow, he spoke.
From what I can remember, I think I was a cop.
Oh boy, a cab.
A cop?
Yeah. I was looking for that group of kids that got kidnapped 9 years ago.
You're a double negative, Spooky.
You remember that, right? It was all over the news.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I was still in school. I don't remember all the details, but I do remember some of it. I think it was a bunch of kids right around my age. They all just disappeared. Nobody knew why.
Was June one of them?
It was all over TV and the newspapers every day. So you're saying you were investigating it?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. I guess I found something. There was this medical company called Cradle Pharmaceuticals that had something to do with those kids. After I figured that out, I managed to get some information out of somebody who worked for them. I think it was...
Tonight, a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger liner docked offshore.
That voice feels familiar.
Yeah, that had to been it. That's why I went to the wharf. From the shadows, I searched the harbor until I found the ship he was talking about. There was a bunch of movement near it. Men in black suits, many of them carrying large bags. Bags. There was something about the way they moved as they were carried. No doubt about it. There were human beings in those bags. I moved before I realized it. I came out of hiding with my gun already in my hand. Don't move. I felt metal touch the back of my head. Drop the gun.
You didn't know Seven was an action star, right?
He kept digging the cold metal thing into my skull. There was nothing I could do. Did what he said and laid my gun on the ground. Then suddenly, there was a sharp pain in my neck. A needle.
So for real.
That was my last thought. My face hit cold concrete, was out like a light after that. I woke up on a hard floor. Damn it. Shit, my head hurts. Where am I? A small, shabby bed, a dirty sink, a toilet with no privacy. I'd seen it countless times as a cop. I'm in a cell, huh? Facing the toilet was a door set into the wall. I was still pretty woozy, but I made my way over to it. I pushed and pulled on it, but... it won't open. Not like I expected much else. Would be dumb enough to put me in a cell and leave it unlocked.
True.
Threw myself against the door a few times, but it wouldn't budge. I knew it. I gave up and made my way back to the bed, and sat down. I sat there for a very, very long time. Who knows how long. Then, I heard a faint voice. The voice was far away. I couldn't understand what it was saying. But I could hear one. It was pretty high, probably a little kid. Huh? No, it was several. I hear 5, or 6, maybe more. Where? Where are they coming from? I pressed my ear to the wall and tried to listen through it. No, that's not it. Left. It's coming from under the bed? I hauled on the metal frame and flipped the thing over. And there it was. The bed had hidden an air vent under it. The hole in the wall was covered by a metal grate. I dropped flat on the floor and peered through the grate. I couldn't see shit, but I knew it in my gut. This was where those voices were coming from. Hold up. Why are there kids here? But then what my inside man told me popped into my head.
Tonight, a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger liner docked offshore.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Am I on that ship? It didn't matter. All I knew was I had to get to those kids. I checked out the metal grate. Could I fit? I stuck my fingers in and grabbed it. Then... Yeah! How do you like that, you son of a bitch? I finally got the damn thing off. Sweat was dripping down my face, so I wiped it off and crawled inside.
No, ripping the grate off. Yeah, casually. Junpei waited for Seven to resume his story. The longer he waited, however, the clearer it became that Seven had no intention of doing so. And he had gone silent and simply stared off into the air, his eyes blank.
Hey, what happened after that?
He waited long enough, but Seven shook his head.
I don't remember what happens after that. I think I found some kind of door out of the duct. And I think I found some kids, too. Not good. Why can't I remember what happened next?
Ah, man, what happened to the kids, Seven? Did you save them?
I don't know. I don't know if it was me. I've got this feeling. I think one of the kids died. A girl, I think.
Huh?
Deep in his heart, Junpei felt something very cold. Seven's head dropped, and Junpei saw on it a look of sadness the likes of which he had never seen on the man before. The large man's eyes blinked rapidly, as if he were fighting back tears, and he swallowed hard. His sigh was like the melancholy sitting of an old, abandoned building. He shook his head and spoke.
Anyway, just please don't ask me anymore, okay? I really don't remember anything else.
After that, Junpei could hardly try to force any answers out of the other man.
It's fine. Don't push yourself. Going by what he said,
Junpei left Seven to pull himself together, and instead began thinking everything over.
the children who had been kidnapped 9 years before, apparently a company called Cradle Pharmaceuticals had been behind it all. They'd taken the children to the same ship we're on now. They'd been brought here for an experiment. Seven said it had something to do with controlling human beings. The 16 children who had been kidnapped were the subjects. Seven had said 3 of their names were Aoi, Light, and Nona. I think that's all I got. Oh, and Seven is, or was at some point, a cop.
Well, maybe the fact that, like, because I'm pretty sure it was Seven that proposed all the code names, right? The fact that Seven has a cop history could have been why, instinctively, that's why that was suggested. Maybe.
I can't really use any of this information anyway. I didn't learn anything about the Nonary game or Zero.
Not yet.
Why were we brought to the same ship where they'd done those experiments 9 years ago?
Well, you see, there's a safe in the first cabin room or whatever that has a letter that possibly explains that.
And just what the heck is this about controlling human beings? That's nuts. Did they really conduct an experiment like that?
Before long, Junpei realized he had spent quite some time deep in
I
thought.
don't have time to just stand here thinking. I need to get moving.
Yep. Junpei shook his head quickly to clear it and returned to his investigation, thoughts swirling in his mind. Interesting. Okay, The tiles we found and the tiles here are the same size. When I touched the tiles on the door, I felt something weird. Huh? I can move these tiles. Then that means... maybe if you swap the tiles we got with the tiles on the wall, something will happen. I suppose now we just need to figure out what the strange designs on the tiles mean. At any rate, we should look for all the tiles that are the same size. You're right. Let's meet back here once we've done a thorough search. What, do I not have all of them? Well, we know 14 equals E, so... what haven't I checked yet? Or what haven't I done yet, rather? I don't know what to do with the fucking towel in the drawers. They haven't disappeared yet, so I still need to do something. He saw 14 red and something else. Wait, what? It says 14 equals Z. I've got a feeling this is relevant somehow. What did he say before? And the store has a weird bump on the back of it. On the other side of the drawer. The tiles? What? Oh, yeah, huh. Maybe Seven or Lotus can help me out. Well... Like, do I have all the tiles that I can get? Like, but it said that to come back after getting all the tiles. Looks like we should use the tiles here. There's still rooms that we haven't checked yet. Come back here once I've done that. What rooms haven't I checked yet that I can check? Like that one, obviously, but... Huh? What do you mean, Junpei? What do you mean? Towel. These are for old ladies. I feel like I've seen that design somewhere before. Maybe I'm just losing it. I mean, they're on the mirrors, but like... The drawing on the mirror looks just like the part of the design on the towel. The design on the towel was a river and spring, right? And the picture on this mirror is a spring. It's talking about the water in the sink. What? So it's just trying to show water flowing from one river and gathering into the spring? What are you going on about? Maybe you ought to explain. Forget about the puzzle we already solved. We need to look for new ones. Yeah, okay. Well, good to know I figured that out before that. Boy. What haven't I done yet? I hate this game sometimes. So was the towel literally just a hint for that puzzle and nothing else? What about the extra drawer? Where the fuck am I supposed to get more tiles? And of course, there's no way you could hide a puzzle in something that small. Yeah, I know, but still, Seems like they might try to... Huh? What's that? Looks like there's something. Huh? It looks like there's something in there. I hate it here. Doesn't matter what, you can't see anything in from here. Sounded like something falling. What was that? I heard it that too. Let's open the drawer. I hate it here. I see. The drawers weren't the same size. That's why the tile didn't get knocked down by the other drawer. Nope. Okay, that better be all the fucking tiles I need now. Screw you, game. And your stupid drawers. Okay. Well, it looks like we investigated all the rooms. Only mystery left is that door. Alright, let's crack that mystery then. We've got 4 tiles. And there are a bunch of tiles that are all the same size up on the wall here. So if you replace the tiles on the wall with the ones we've got, that should open the door. No, there's only one way to find out. I already understood that, Spooky. You don't have to tell me that. Jesus. Like, I already figured that. Like, we were literally told 14 equals E. Like... Hey, did you just hear something unlock? Does that mean we got it right? Yes, it looks like we did. The 14 hidden on the tile. If you convert that to a hexadecimal, it's an E. What's with all the hexadecimal? Stop. Basically, the E's in emergence are the 14s from the tiles. So if we replace it, that gives up the answer. Do you really care why it worked? Let's just get out of here. I agree, Junpei. Yes, let's go. They passed through the open door and headed to the next room. Junpei jogged down the short staircase and looked around. Oh boy. Truly a gift that doesn't stop giving.
Oh, what the hell is this place?
The words had sprung unbidden to his lips, but it was clear why. Junpei shivered. Lotus and Seven reached the bottom of the stairs and stopped short, terrified.
Ugh, this room is really creepy.
I think we ought to get the hell out of here now.
He jogged up the stairs on the opposite side of the room and shook the door on the wall next to the catwalk. It didn't open, and he muttered to himself.
Figures.
It's locked, isn't it?
Yep. Don't know why I thought this would be any different.
So, what is this room for, anyway?
Junpei looked around the room again.
Well, there's a chair in the center of the room.
Oh, looks uncomfortable to say the least. I'd rather not sit in it if I can avoid it.
The back of it was covered with electrodes connecting to the nest of wires.
Looks like it's placed over some kind of glass panel. Too dark to look through it, though.
Junpei turned to look at the right side of the room. And there was a table covered with a piece of cloth.
This isn't dried blood on the tablecloth, is it?
Don't worry about it. On top of the table were a number of metal instruments. Junpei didn't know what they were for, and he had a feeling he didn't want to find out.
Oh, what the hell is this? What are these tools for?
That's not something I even want to think about.
Junpei shook his head in an attempt to clear it, and tried to focus on something else.
No doubt about it. This room's dangerous. Let's make our search quick so we can solve the puzzle and get the hell out of here.
Fair.
Come on.
Here we go again. A really creepy chair. The manacles all make me think it was used to torture people. Well, we can't open these manacles without a key. There's some sort of weird symbol on him. What's the weird symbol, Junpei? What kind of symbol? If I got this right, I think it's the sun symbol. Interesting. The manacles are still locked in place. They got a sun symbol engraved on them. There's something on the screen. The device will conduct the experiment. Once the experiment has been completed, the door will unlock. First, adjust the switches to match the blocks in the sample above. Huh. I don't know what this thing is, but we've got to figure out this puzzle. It's right next to a torture chair. Whatever it is, I don't think it's good. Anyway, we just adjust the switches to match the blocks up on top, right? You adjust the switches shown at the four corners of the screen, then press the check button. Junpei, we don't know what this thing does. You can always come back to it later. There are lots of other things you could do. Oh, that's nice. I think we'll come back to that later. Whenever you turn on one of these switches, more blocks show up on the screen. So I think you gotta figure out which buttons you have to press in order to get the screen to match the diagram. Yeah, but it's hard to figure out what button does what. If you want to see how many blocks each switch adds, just turn on one switch. When all of them are off, there aren't any blocks, right? When all of them are off, there aren't any blocks, right? Then you can see how many each switch adds. Oh yeah, I get it. But that's later, let's see what else. These levers have got to turn something on. Of course they would. All they can do is turn something on or off. What's important is what they turn on or off. Don't say the floor is going to suddenly open up. There are a bunch of buttons here with the letters A through F on them. Let's push some of them. Down you go. So I press it again. Back you come. I guess these buttons switch something on or off when you push them. Interesting. And there are a ton of knobs here. Doesn't seem like any of them do anything, though. Do you think it's broken? What's wrong, Junpei? What are you doing on the floor? Well, I thought maybe if I got down here, I could see through the glass. And it's not working, though. You don't think it's just a large sheet of glass they put into an indentation? I don't know. I mean, why would they do that? And the placement of the chair. You're not making sense, Junpei. What's your point? Well, I'm not sure, but don't you think there's something under the glass? Maybe the glasses went away, like they have blue PlayStation, you know? Maybe it's covered with something that makes it opaque. Nah, doesn't matter how close I get, still can't see anything. That goes when I knock on it, though. Wonder if it's hollow. Interesting. There are a number of ominous-looking tools and instruments here. Let's see, we've got an adze and hammer, a pair of forceps, and these other things are too old and broken. I have no idea what they are. Hey, doesn't this wrench look way too new to be here with all this other stuff? Yes, it does. I didn't notice it before you mentioned it, but it's not rusty at all. Wrench. Okay. Not sure what we need that for, but... Set of rusty stairs that lead to the door we came through. What, you want to go back, Junpei? I just don't know, man. The cover's bolted to on there pretty good. Should be able to get those bolts off with this wrench we just found, though. Good timing, I guess. Sweet, it opened. The hole's too small. You can't see in, even with the cover off. You can't see in, but I think there's good enough room to stick your arm in. Are you sure you want to do that? There could be something dangerous in there. Okay, I am in. That scares me a little. But we need to see if there's anything useful in there. Well. Alright, here we go. Arm into the hole. Hey, I think I can feel something. It's small, cold, and hard. Doesn't feel like there's anything else in here. Alright, let's see what this thing is. Sun key. Perfect. The sun key should fit in the keyhole in these manacles. Alright, sun key, in you go. And yes. Great, they're open. I don't think we're gonna need the sun key again in here, though. Just seems unlikely. Alright, sun key, you've done your job. Into my pocket with you. Okay. Can see some oil or something down the base of the lever. Yeah, feels like it's got some movement to it. Should be able to pull this one. Alright, let's pull the lever. Is that water? What the hell? What's going on? Will you calm down? It's just water going somewhere. It sounds like it's underneath us. That means the floor. Oh. Junpei, look. Was she... Oh, damn. I can see through the glass now. Oh, that's nice. Oh, EDBF. EDBF. There are a couple of letters in the color of blood written on the shark's belly. Shark. It's dead. Looks like the letters are E, D, B, and F. Whatever these are for has to be in this room somewhere. Oh, I know. E. So E, D, D, B, F. Yeah. What? There's a strange noise coming from the chair. Looks like it's been turned on. I guess the puzzle here was that the power had to be sent in a specific way. Does this one do anything? Red, yellow? Think colors could mean something? No idea. I mean, red looks more dangerous, but other than that, the bottom of this one looks like it's covered in rust. I don't think it'll move at all. Okay. Well, they're open. What are you gonna do now? Let's just look around some more. Got a feeling that something will happen. Right. And we should try and figure out what the device over in the corner is for any rate. Yeah, this. Just the switches to match the blocks on top and then press the check button. Alright. Yeah, okay. Oh, I see. I think. I'll write that down. Oh, perfect. Yeah, let's go. Adjustment is completed. Now proceeding to execution phase. To complete the experiment, data must be collected from subject. Once preparation is finished, place subject in chair. Whoa. I thought we solved the puzzle already. What does it mean by preparation? I don't know. I've got a bad feeling about this. I think this means one of us has got to sit in a chair. Well, someone's never gonna fit in that thing. It's either you or me, Junpei. Collecting data. I wonder if it's gonna run electricity through the subject. There's a human head on the screen. Maybe it's gonna zap the brain with a little electricity. This really doesn't sound safe. Anyway, we still got to prepare. We could talk about this after we figured out what that means by preparation, alright? Well, it wants us to prepare, so maybe we ought to ask it what we need to do. The restraining device is unlocked. Please seat subject and device. The message on the screen was disturbingly detached.
Well, like we thought, it's not going to work unless someone sits in it.
How ironic that this would be the situation in which this slim, beautiful body is useful.
Lotus, are you sure? I can sit in it and you can solve.
Junpei's right. If we screw it up,
Seven couldn't bring himself to finish the thought. His eyes fell to the floor. Junpei followed them. Beneath them was the dead shark, floating underneath the glass. Perhaps it had been killed by an electric shock.
I'll be fine. Even if I fall in, the shark is already dead.
But
No one likes an indecisive man, Junpei. I can still give you advice from the chair too, you know.
True.
I just don't want to stay in this room any longer than we have to. Go over to that screen and let's get this over with.
Oh boy. After her words had made it clear that Lotus would book no argument, she turned and walked toward the chair without hesitation. But she did not sit down. Despite what she had said, she did indeed feel hesitation. Her legs shook.
Look, do you think you could do me one last favor?
don't say last.
you're making me nervous.
Just listen. If something happens to me, I want you to tell my daughters.
Daughters?
Tell them that I loved them very much. No, tell them that I will always love them.
Aw.
Daughters?
She's a mother.
You've got kids?
Oh, hi, Peachy. Perfect timing for this reveal.
Yes, I do. I suppose they're about your age, Junpei.
Congrats on getting first. And for the daily offering, thank you. Wait, they're about Junpei's age? How old are you, Lotus?
They're twins. I had them when I was young after... well, some things happened. Their names are Nona and...
Nona.
Wait! Nona?
Junpei's words shot out before he even realized what he was saying. He remembered the story Seven had told him.
Aoi, Light, and Nona. Those were their names. Well, some of them. The kids that were in the experiment.
But what the hell? What's wrong with you?
A lot, but Lotus took a step back from Junpei.
Oh.
Seven looked just as shocked as Junpei. He blinked his eyes rapidly, as if he weren't sure if he was completely awake.
No way. It couldn't. Lotus, is your last name Kashiwabara?
Lotus's eyes went wide.
How do you know that?
Are you serious? What the hell is this? There's no way you're that kid's mom.
Everyone's connected, guys.
That kid? Wait, what do you mean that kid? Why are you acting like you've met her?
Seven's brow furrowed.
I have.
What?
Yeah, I met one of your kids.
When?
9 years ago.
Where?
On this ship.
Why were you...
It's not a short story.
Look, I don't care how long it is. Tell me, please, what happened here?
Fine, I'll tell you.
Seven glanced at Junpei, then turned back to Lotus and began to speak. It was the same story Junpei had heard only minutes before. Every detail.
But... And then... That was when... From there, it looked like... Just as if... Finally...
I like that speedrun of the story.
That's all I remember from 9 years ago.
At last, Seven finished. Lotus shook her head.
Oh my god. everything I've been looking for the last 9 years. The person who had all the answers was right here.
Looking for?
Yes, that's right. 9 years ago, my daughters disappeared.
Best recap in a story-driven game ever. Yes, so true.
Then 9 days later, they came back. They never told me what happened to them over those 9 days. I took them to the doctor, but I was told they hadn't been hurt in any way.
I mean, that's good at least, but...
Still, I was sure that they had been through something terrible.
Yeah,
So I couldn't bring myself to force them to talk about it.
fair.
If I did, then I'd force them to relive whatever horrors they'd been through.
Not a good month-er.
I didn't have any choice. I had to try and ignore it and move on.
Well, maybe not ignore it and move on, but...
Oh.
A few months passed. Gradually, they started to act like they always had, before they disappeared.
That's good at least, but...
They smiled and made jokes and did all the silly things kids do. It got harder and harder for me to ask them about what happened.
Fair.
How could I ask them to remember that? Eventually, I knew there was no way I could do it. But I'm still a mother. I couldn't simply forget that something terrible had happened to my children.
Also fair.
So I decided I would investigate what happened on my own.
Earlier, you were gonna make a joke about how Zero should have given them 9 days instead of 9 hours to find door 9 since everyone's such a bonehead. Yeah, maybe it's reduced to just 9 hours for a reason.
I would find out what happened during those 9 missing days.
What did you find out?
Nothing. The police pretended to be concerned, but they didn't do anything. Once the 16 children who'd gone missing came back, things were just... Even the media didn't talk about what had happened. I figured someone was probably paying or threatening them to keep their mouths shut.
Cradle Pharmaceuticals. No, probably something even bigger than that.
Cradle Pharmaceuticals.
Have you heard of them before?
No. It's the first time I've ever heard that name. 7. How did you find out that Cradle Pharmaceuticals was connected to the kidnappings in the first place?
I figured finding out whatever the victims had in common would lead me to the culprit. That's what any good cop does.
What did they have in common?
Every single one of the kids who disappeared had gone to this one hospital at some point. The hospital was one of a bunch that were under the control of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. After that, it was just about connecting the dots.
The hospital.
The hospital.
And for a while, I was trying to get some kind of information out of the kids at the hospital. One of them told a weird story.
What was it?
Have you heard about the Gansfeld experiment?
Oh boy. I'm going to be right back because I want some water. It shouldn't take me long though, so I'm not going to bother going to my BRB screen. Be right back. I returneth back to the story. I'm so glad this is mostly voiced.
I guess all these kids had to go through it while they were at the hospital.
Hmm.
I think it was passed off as some sort of counseling.
Of course.
What did you call it again?
Something.
Oh, the Gansfeld experiment. This is how it's set up. First, subjects Q and A are put into separate rooms, far away from one another. Then a series of video images are shown to subject Q, who is told to send the images to subject A by thinking about them. Subject A, on the other hand, is put in a large reclining chair and given a blindfold. With their senses cut off, A is asked to guess what images Q is looking at.
Oh, yes, I've heard of that. It's a famous telepathy experiment, isn't it?
Telepathy. That's how the experiment on this ship was supposed to work.
The experiment to control people, right?
Yeah. I don't know if any of the telepathy stuff really exists, but maybe someone from Cradle Pharmaceuticals bought into it.
Well, obviously, all you have to do is put it in the blind spot. Anyways, Chaos had science. Seven had been thinking hard for the last several minutes and finally spoke.
Even if that is the case, I still don't get how that has anything to do with any of this. The notary game, Zero, why we were kidnapped.
Well, we know, but you don't.
What does any of that have to do with telepathy?
Well,
I know I brought all this up, but I have no idea. Maybe none of this stuff is connected after all.
Then, in that moment of silence, a cold voice echoed down from the ceiling.
No subject has been detected. Unless a subject is detected within 60 seconds, all power will be shut down.
Oof.
System recovery is estimated to take 1 hour.
Oh god, oof. Yeah, hurry,
If you wish
hurry,
to
hurry.
proceed with the experiment, please seat subject in the restraining device.
Jesus.
Whoa, that doesn't sound good.
Nope, hurry.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going.
Oh, no, that's not what we...
Just hurry up and get it over with. Junpei, I'm counting on you.
Right.
Shork. Lotus sat down on the chair. Junpei looked at her one last time, then made his way to the monitor.
Lotus, please, tell me right away if you feel anything weird.
You worry too much. Now get on with it and be a man, or June's gonna leave you.
Lotus was putting on the best act she could manage, but her legs were shaking so much that if she hadn't been sitting, she likely would have fallen down.
Lotus.
A failure was not acceptable.
Okay, let's do this.
Junpei took one last deep breath and stared at the monitor. Hello? Huh? Okay. Okay, so I guess I gotta do the same type of thing? No? Huh? Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, cool. That wasn't that bad. The experiment has concluded. The door will now unlock. I can hear the door unlocking. Now we got a new message. Release subject from restraining device. Lotus, are you alright? Yes, I am. I'm glad nothing bad happened, but I do think my life just got a little shorter. Hold on, I'll get you out right away. Shouldn't take long for Seven and me to get her out of here. Let's get out of here, now. Being a guinea pig is not for me. Damn straight. I don't ever want to see this thing again. Valid. To the door.
The hallway goes to the left.
Shocking revelation. I think we'll end here, though.
Yeah, but I
Nope.
don't see any doors.
No doors, that's fine. Anyways. Accidentally clicking. Oh, let me look at the flowchart, I'm curious. Oh, we're off to the side here. Interesting, interesting. How interesting. I don't know if that means we're on the right track, but... Because this flowchart is honestly kind of hard to understand. I can't really guess where the true ending is. If I had to guess, it's probably on the other side, though. Oh well. No doors, so we win. Yeah, we win! Game over! Just kidding. Anyways. Saving. That's the thing to do. Yes, I do want to save here. Yay. Return to title screen? Yeah. Well, that was fun. We did 2 escape rooms. Normally we just do the 1, but since we are figuring out how to navigate the flowchart, like it makes it a little easier. Probably we'll get our next ending next week, be it true ending or some other one, because I don't know if we met all the requirements yet, other than safe ending. I'm only so big-brained, which is... I'm not big-brained at all, I'm actually quite pea-brained. I'm so good at speaking, guys. Gosh. Anyhoozle, what am I trying to do? The world may never know. Let's see. You're only now announcing your 10 stream streak. Fair enough, though. I think I'm gonna just raid Violet Mars. They're currently playing some Apex Legends, cause of course. I hope you guys enjoyed our Doors adventure. I am so good with words, truly. Do I have anything to say? I'm still sus of Santa for being 0. A little less sus of June, but not like fully convinced that it's not her either. It is interesting to know both Seven's and Lotus's connection to it all, though. Finally. Yeah. That's all I got. If you guys have any more theories, go ahead and share them in the Discord and use spoiler tags when appropriate. Otherwise, I will catch you all next time, be it tomorrow with our NEPs or whatever else. Weekly schedule will be up tomorrow in the Discord and Tuesday on Blue Sky. There we go. Words. Yay! I can do words. Yeah. Yeah, I'm full of thoughts. Sure, totes. Okay, bye-bye, everyone.